People used to always talk about how you could actually watch music videos on MTV back in the day, and how MTV changed from an actual music network to just a network. But even back then, when music videos would play in marathons, MTV still had some pretty entertaining shows, and most of them weren't music related. Actually, only one of them on my list today is, or was. Today, we're listing MTV shows that we miss. Hey, it's Wildflower and welcome back to Wild Recaps. MTV has some good reality TV. The best shows honestly came on when I was too young to even be watching those type of things, but as long as there wasn't a lot of cussing or any nudity, my great-grandmother pretty much let me watch it. So this is how I started my interest with everything that went on MTV, music, and even the media. First, let's get TRL out of the way at number 1. Some like to think of it as a white 106 in Park, but TRL is about 2 years older than 106. So more like 106 is the black version of TRL, which is still cool. I watched that too. I think the thing I liked a little more about TRL was that they showed everyone that I liked. The pop, the rap, the rock, more artists from across different genres were shown on TRL, whereas 106 in Park had all the black artists that I liked, but no Britney Spears, no Christina, no Pink, no Gwen Stefani, unless she was with Eve. TRL gave me the Spice Girls and the Destiny's Child, you feel me? However, I want to emphasize again that both shows got my watch time. I just preferred TRL. Number 2 is actually exposing a lie I told. I said TRL was the only music-based show on the list, and I lied, because Say What Karaoke is on the list too. What I remember about this show is that regular people would go up to do karaoke and be judged by celebrity judges. I remember this show being fun, not necessarily exposing talent, you know? So I can see how it naturally ran its course. A whole bunch of amateurs singing your favorite songs only kinda well, sometimes not well at all, but it was fun while it lasted. At number 3, we have a show that I know you remember very well, which is True Life. Baby, True Life went deep sometimes, right? The show was so good because it gave insight on different people's walks of life. It was a completely new episode every time. Some of the True Life episodes that first come to mind are the ones about living with the Tourette's, being a professional food competitor, living with a mom who acts young and embarrasses you, living with OCD, not that manageable stuff y'all throw around all the time, the real deal stuff. Y'all remember the Indian boy who was taking his SAT and getting ready for college but wanted to so badly rap? I wonder where he is now, and if he's not Indian, I am truly sorry.
I'm going to the club and perform over there. I should have stayed home and studied SATs.
I actually tried to look him up to try to give y'all some information in this video, but I couldn't find anything. I don't remember his name. If y'all remember his name, let me know. Update. Why I couldn't find this when researching everything for this video, I don't know, but later I found some info on our guy. His name is Sean Isaac. Turns out he did go to college and is now a businessman, still with a love for music. He's been working, in tech, and he's done other shows too, like Startup U, which Desert Sun compares to Shark Tank in the real world. He's also been on Millionaire Matchmaker. He did release music as well. He actually had a song featuring Snoop Dogg called Leave Your Mind. Probably the first time you've heard of it, but I'm happy that he followed his heart and seemed to be doing well. But this update isn't super current. The most current information that I could find on him was from 2015. 7 years after his episode on True Life aired. But yes, True Life was good reality TV. They need to bring that back. We haven't had a show like that since the reality TV boom. At number 4, we have a show that only one other black friend of mine was watching, and I may not even be remembering that correctly because I don't remember being able to talk to anyone about this show. I had one black friend who usually was into the predominantly white shows and music that I liked. I mean, I had more than one black friend, but the one that I'm referring to was the only one who was remotely on my wave. I hope you understand. Anyways, enough about me. Thanks for asking. But what about LC, Steven, Lo, Alex, Jason, the baddest bitch, Kristen Cavallari? No shade to Lauren, but she was beautiful, maybe even more good looking than Kristen back then, in my opinion. But Kristen had that attitude, boo, that had Steven sticking around. was unapologetically herself, and I think Lauren LC was too, but she was more sweet. These rich teenagers grew up in a beach town like I did, except theirs was located in Orange County, California, where everything was bright and white. And see, that's why I wanted to so badly be a part of the show. Laguna Beach needed some color and texture, baby. They needed someone to bring a little diversity, and being Italian isn't enough. Actually, there was one black girl part of the series named Cammie. I don't remember her personality like that, but y'all know what I do remember, that her weave was the stereotypical black girl who has no black friends weave. And I'm not saying the girl didn't have black friends, but they sure weren't telling her that her leave out was sticking up. I'm just saying, I could have been that person if they all weren't about 5 years my senior. Number 5, my super sweet 16. I used to love talking about how ungrateful some of those kids were.
Happy birthday! That's yours.
I got a ooty, 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 watch me do my thing now.
That car is dope.
I thought she was gonna get like a Honda or something. I just got a party for my 50s. I didn't get a car. Happy birthday. No! What the hell? I didn't want my car now! Oh, Mom! My car now. I told her not to get it. I wanted it at my party. I didn't want the car. That's not even the car you wanted. She wanted the car, but she didn't want it today. She wanted it on the day of the party.
I used to really enjoy seeing all the cool things their parents were able to get them. I used to think that if you had money like that, a super sweet 16 was necessary, one to that magnitude that they would show in the show. Now, as an adult, even when I get that type of money, ask me if I'm gonna drop it on some damn sweet 16. We can flex a little sometimes, but I'm not gonna make my child think, my future child, think that this is so important with like an extravagant bash, when after this you still have to live in my house, you can't sign any contracts or do anything for yourself but consent to sex, which is the easy part. So again, why is the 16th birthday this important in our culture? I'd much rather spend the buku bucks on the 18th birthday. However, I'm not a parent, and sometimes parents do things for their kids that they know are too expensive, but they're happy they can do it. And they want their kids to, of course, feel special and not left out of social norms. It may or may not be linked to trauma. If you are still here enjoying this list with me, please give this video a like. Straight on to number 6 of the MTV shows that we miss. We have something that if you are a Gen Z or later, you probably can't believe even existed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Celebrity Deathmatch.
I'm sick of you stealing my shtick, and now I'm gonna stick it to you.
Girl, the sensitivity, lawsuits, and cancellations that would happen if this show were to air today would be astronomical. Celebrity Deathmatch would play on celebrity beefs and certain rumors, and have the cartoon clay version of the celebrities fighting each other in a gruesome match, okay, where limbs would get ripped off and everything. It was pure entertainment, but I don't know how the celebrities back then liked it or not. They damn sure didn't have Twitter to be complaining about it all day, so we don't know. Maybe they were behind getting it canceled, because I don't think a show like that struggled with ratings. I mean, why else would Celebrity Deathmatch have not made it? I think people were getting mad. For number 7, another ridiculous show that made it to the list is the Andy Milonakis show.
I rock peas on my head, but don't call me a pea head. Bees on my head, but don't call me a bee head.
Now, this list is named MTV Show We Miss. I don't necessarily miss this show, but I had to put it on the list for the nostalgia. The Andy Milonakis show was so freaking random. It was about this overweight kid doing silly stuff in every episode. I do think that if I were to sit down and watch the show today, it would be a waste of time. I don't think my sense of humor is still that juvenile. I don't think. Number 8, when MTV entered their dating show era, Room Raiders was another reality game show that involved single people snooping through each other's rooms to basically find clues to see which person they wanted to date based off of how they kept their room.
It's a random bed in the kitchen. I don't understand that. I'm sorry. Let's go check out your room.
Oh man, no.
They did this whole scripted beginning where the person gets ripped out of their beds to give the illusion that they were unprepared for the raid. But we all know how production can be. One word, fabrication. If you remember Room Raiders, I know you remember Next.
I'm Justin, I'm 19, and I'm black and Italian, so I may be the first real Italian stallion.
The big black bus full of potential dates for one. The person would come off the bus, we would get a little profile of who they are, and as soon as the date goes sour or something is said that the other person doesn't like, they say next, And sometimes people take it well and sometimes they don't.
I don't know if I like shopping as much as you.
Well, it's fine. Everybody has their own hobbies.
Might be a little much. I'm gonna have to say next.
Don't worry. I'm tough.
Sometimes the people would shout out next as soon as the person steps off the bus. It was the funniest thing. It was the equivalent to how they pop the balloon before the person even comes into frame on that Pop the Balloon or Find Love show. Last on our list of MTV shows we miss, at number 10, we have Road Rules. The whole point of the show was to travel around what looked like the wilderness many times to do challenges. And the type of challenges they would do really reminds me of the type of things they would do on Fear Factor. And at the end, I think people would win money. I feel like the MTV show, The Challenge, is a mixture of this, Road Rules and Real World. Okay, I said Road Rules was the last one, but I have added a last one. The last show is none other than Parental Control. A show where parents would choose 2 dates for their child because they do not like their current mate.
Our son Christian is a parent's dream come true.
He's smart, athletic, and the perfect all-American boy.
But there is just one big problem.
I know you want to see it.
His girlfriend is a wicked witch.
The parents and the current boyfriend or girlfriend would watch the dates together, and then their child would choose either one of the parents' picks or their old mate. Another fun part of the show is where the parents did the auditions. Now, of course, you had people who were completely weird and others that you kind of knew that they would choose. I can't believe I used to think all this stuff was real. Parental Control, Room Raiders, Next, they all were actors trying to get that SAG stamp. I was younger at the times these shows were showing, so believing they were real made them even more entertaining. I wonder if I find them as funny now knowing that they're acting. Did you know they were acting back then? Do you feel bamboozled once you got old enough and realized? And do you think you could watch with the same enjoyment today? Well, that concludes the list of the MTV shows we all missed. If you think I missed any, please comment down below. You guys, please don't forget to like the video so YouTube knows you had a good time. I mean, we know, but we gotta tell YouTube. Thanks for watching as always, and I guess I'll see you next recap.